Welcome to She Can and She Will. I'm Marianne, also known as the Country Mompreneur, and I'm joined by my co-host, Disa McAllister. We are moms, work-from-home experts, and we love helping women take control of their lives and see all the possibilities. On this show, you will learn from us as well as other women who kick butt in their lives and want to help you do the same. So sit back and get ready for some fun. Well, welcome back to She Can and She Will, and we are being joined today by Jacqueline Ortiz, the CEO of Self-Love Diva, LLC. Thank you for joining us today.
Oh my goodness, my pleasure. Thank you. I'm excited.
So we are very, very excited to learn all about you. Can you start by telling us a little bit about yourself and what inspired you to become the Self-Love Diva?
Well, it's really weird because one day when you're so overcommitted and so overworked and so overstressed, you just feel like you're being pulled in so many different places. That was me. So at one point I had 5 restaurants. One of them was open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It was craziness. I was so stressed out and I just felt like I was going to crash. So I called my business partner. I told him, I got to go. He goes, where are you going? I go, I don't know. He goes, when you leave? I go, tomorrow morning. It was midnight and I woke him up in the middle of the night. And I just got in my car the next day and I started driving. I used to live in Florida, driving cross country. I didn't know where I was going. And my mom kept going, are you there yet? I go, Mom, I don't know where I'm going. Are you there yet? I go, Mom, I don't know where I'm going. Are you there yet? She will call me 2-3 times a day, worry about me. All the way, I'm thinking, where am I going? And I was my self-discovery journey to myself. And I was running away. I call it, I ran away from home, but I really ran home to my heart. And that's what I really discovered how self-love is. It's everything. It is the superpower. It's the most meaningful, purposeful thing you can do on this planet. Everybody's looking for purpose. And I go start with loving yourself. And then from there, everything else is cherry, gravy, whatever you want to call it. So I drove cross country to California, found out in a New York second how long I'm originally from New York. And the New York second, how expensive it was. Made a U-turn and I ended up in Arizona because I love Sedona. So I'm like,
hey.
Sedona. I'm in Arizona. Didn't know anybody, didn't know anything, but I felt so at home because that's where my heart was. And really discovering what makes me happy. And I invite everybody to do that. So that's what I'm doing, getting everybody, encouraging everybody, empowering, inspiring everybody to fall in love with themselves, because that is the meaning of life. That it starts with that.
Yeah, if you're looking for that, Sedona's a good place to end up. There's a lot of people out there just kind of looking internally. Yeah, that's awesome. Are you still there?
I'm in Arizona. I'm in Scottsdale, about an hour and 15 minutes away. But
I'm your neighbor. I live in Mesa. Yeah.
Oh, like, I told you. I knew I saw you before. I'm like, where have I seen you? Oh my God.
You look so familiar, but your accent does not. But yeah, we'll piece this together. It's going to be a mystery for this little episode here.
I saw you. I know this lady. I love your smile. I knew it. But anyway, yeah. So here I am. I didn't know anybody. Still pretty much don't know anybody, because I was right before COVID. And what a blessing. I realized that everyone's superpower is really, truly falling in love with themselves. Because then when you love yourself, some people say, oh my gosh, you're so selfish. It is the most selfless thing you can do, is to love yourself. Because from that, when you're giving and loving someone else, it comes from a place of generosity, not from scarcity or validation or approval or wanting something from someone. It's from an overflowing, because your cup is so full. It's just so much love. And that is pure joy, I think. But
you know what? I am noticing my kids will negative self-talk sometimes. And in like moments where it doesn't even seem to matter, like, so dumb for thinking that, right? And then, kind of talking themselves into a different decision. And I think that comes from watching adults, and we don't even realize that we do it. So I really do think that everything kind of comes out of like, you know, the way you talk about yourself and to yourself kind of helps you generate this love for other people and teaches them how to do it too. Wonderful work you are doing.
I'm amazed. I don't know if you're aware of this, that experts, they're different numbers, but experts normally say that about each person has around 60,000 thoughts a day, of which 80% are negative. And of the 80%, 95% are the same ones over and over again. Like, I'm so stupid, or I'm so dumb, or I'm so fat, or I'm whatever. Over and over. It's repetitive. And the thing is that then you know what's sad is then people get, negative self-talk, and then they talk about themselves and complain about negative self-talking. So it's a vicious cycle. I was going to use another word, but I'll be PG. So then they start talking about, then they get mad at themselves for talking negatively. And then they say how stupid they are for doing that. So it gets worse. It's like a loop over and over again. And then it gets worse because then they blame themselves. And it's not your fault, not their fault. It's not. Yeah. It is subconscious. It is automatic because 95% of everything we do is subconscious. So 95%. So they stacks against us. So can you imagine being aware? It's only 5% consciously. So that's why it's so important to reprogram yourself at a subconscious level. And that's what I love. That's why I work with subconscious. It's like, look at it this way. If you're in a tug of war and you have an 800-pound gorilla, your subconscious, 95%, you have a little weakling, little 5-pound baby, who's going to win? You know what I'm saying? The big 95% gorilla is going to win. He's going to push you, and have you like lasso around all day. And that's what happens to us. So you have the subconscious in control and we don't realize it. And then we beat ourselves up saying, oh, we're so stupid. We're so dumb. We did blah. But it's not. The odds against us. So we need to be able to reprogram and re-imprint and rewrite a new way of being. That way we are ahead. It's a win-win.
That's awesome. What do you wish you had known growing up that would have deepened your relationship with yourself that our audience can use as they shift and deepen their relationship with themselves?
That is a powerful question. Awesome. Thank you for asking. That's awesome. I wish we all knew we came out of the womb. See, when we're babies, that we only have two fears. That's it. The fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. Cause baby, they just jump. That's the only fears we have. Everything is learned. I wish we as children learned from our parents, from the community, from teachers, from caregivers, from everybody. We learned and then learn it integrated is that we are good enough. We absolutely are. We are. And I don't preach religion at all, but God, God, for me is I only preach love, which is G is for gratitude, be grateful. O is omnipresent, the energy that's everywhere. And the D is divinity within us. So we're all divine. And if we focus and embody that divinity within us and that love and that gratitude for who we are, can you imagine what kind of world? So I wish all our children, we could teach our children, our nieces, nephews, whoever, strangers, adults, you people 80, 75 years old, they're beating themselves thinking they're not good enough. Everybody, if we could just realize that we are good enough and really embody that emotion, that feeling with, like you said, positive self-talk, with feeling and emotion, visualizing. I'm huge about visualizing. And the law of assumption is assuming that you're already there and seeing yourself as this powerful, loving being, and you're perfect and you're whole and you're complete and you're beautiful because whoever created you doesn't make mistakes. So you and I are perfect. Yes, we may have a meat suit that we may not like. We may go, my meat suit, which is my skin. It's like, it's too big, it's too fat, it's too dark, it's too light, it's too this, it's too that. And my hair's too frizzy or too straight or whatever. We always find things we don't like about ourselves. But if we could just realize that's just a meat suit, but really love the spirit within us and really admire and love on us. I love on our inner child. I wish so many times adults say, well, stop dreaming or stop imagining or this, you're talking to imaginary friend. But if we could instead reprogram it into imagine how beautiful you are. Just imagine what an amazing day you're going to have. What a wonderful, wonderful day. Or when your baby's going out, your little girl, your little boy is going out to school or wherever they go and they go, sweetheart, imagine what a wonderful day you're going to have. Imagine and have them have imagination. Is the most powerful thing. And sometimes we beat it up. Stop daydreaming. Like we're in school. Stop daydreaming. Well, Einstein didn't listen, and I think he knows a little bit. Then you criticize Einstein for being like daydreaming. Hello. So daydreaming is a power that we have. So I wish we were told our children and share with them and build them up right from the womb, right from when they're already in the tummy or as soon as they pop out, we tell them, baby, you're perfect. I love you over and over again. And then we tell ourselves that. And then model it. Because if you're telling your child, I love you, but then they hear you saying like, oh, I can't believe I ate that cake or that muffin. I'm so stupid. I'm so fat. Well, then that defeats the purpose. It's being in alignment. What you tell your child, you tell yourself, so that's what I would say.
When you're working with people, what kind of insights and strategies do you give them? How do you work with people to help them develop self-love? Because it's not easy.
you're right. However, one of the best things I say is that it's easy. Everything is easy, effortless, fast, and fun. And I ask myself, what's the easiest, most effortless, fastest, fun and things? Because your subconscious doesn't know any better. Just so you know, your subconscious is a computer. You can feed it anything you want. You could say you're a monster or you're the beauty or the beast, whatever, it'll believe you. So I always say, how easy can it be? Imagine how easy this solution would be. But having said that, I was blessed with a download that blew my mind. I remember I'm a little bit of a workaholic because I love it now. I used to work. I ran away from home because I didn't like what I was doing. It was so stressful, but this is something that I love. And it's about finding what your purpose is, what makes your heart sing. But, what happened was I was writing in the computer. I was working. This is around COVID time. I was working. And something told me you should go for a walk, go for a hike. Cause I love hiking. And I'm like, I got too many things to do. I'm writing. I was writing where's my book? Oh, my best-selling book, Extraordinary You. It's a bestseller on Amazon many times over. But anyway, so I was writing my book. I'm like, I'm so excited. I can't stop. I'm doing this. I'm so excited. And I keep hearing, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go for a walk. I was driving. It's a 20-minute drive to go to the mountain to go hiking. I literally went, pulled over the side of the road, and I'm taking napkins from my glove compartment. It hit me to take my phone and speak into the phone. Eventually did because I ran out of napkins. And I created God, whatever, the universe, whatever, downloaded to me a 6-step process. It's called the Extraordinary You by RE-Imprinting. And it's basically 6 steps that anyone can do. And I do this in my coaching, my programs, whatever I do, my book and everything. It's basically, we all get triggers. Something bothers us. It's like, so the first step is to recognize the trigger. The second step is to regress. So we can do this 2 ways. If you're doing it alone, you could regress and think back to the earliest time you can remember that trigger. Or you can do with my programs and stuff like that, my audios, is all you need to do is to just listen to it and regress you back slowly, back to the earliest recollection. It's like that's something else I developed. It's HYP-Me Up. I'm all about positive energy. So HYP-Me Up is hypnosis and meditation, but it's like it hypes you up to be and feel extraordinary. Then the third step is to reframe whatever happened back then, reframe it, because I believe everything should be powerfully, resourcefully, and become obsessive about reframing everything in a way that not just positive, but that empowers you, uplifts you, and betters you. And then the next step is to rewrite the story of what happened back then. In your mind, rewrite it, right? And then rewire it with affirmations and then re-imprint it. And that's the 6 steps that I work with them. And it's fun and it's easy. I call it the easy button because I love things. Remember I said how easy, effortless, and fun it could be? Well, this is basically most of them. There's some modules, but most of it is audio. And I created this thing where it's like affirmations. You know when you say things, sometimes you say positive things to yourself, and I tell you about the subconscious. It's like, no, whatever. So basically affirmations and affirmations. So in the right ear, you get affirmations. The left ear, you get affirmations, and they go back and forth. And then it has deepening statements underneath. And then it has binaural beats and Fulfill music. So you could just chill back. Oh, I didn't even take it off. See, I still have my earphones. I took them off just to speak, but I literally sleep with them. It's 8 hours, like 8 hours subliminal ones. So all you hear is soft music, but underneath it, oh my God, you wake up on fire. You wake up so excited because it's all about extraordinary. So the whole program is about how you can be, embrace, and embody being extraordinary. So basically what you do is you just put them on and you go to sleep, or they have ones 11 minutes, 11 seconds spoken ones. You can hear it. And it's funny because your subconscious is like, what is going on? Because on one ear, you hear, I am extraordinary. The other one says it carefully worded, because I'm also a hypnotherapist. I carefully worded the phrases in a way that your subconscious cannot have a choice but to come up with something positive and uplifting. So here it says, I am extraordinary. And before your subconscious can say, no, I'm not, or I'm not extraordinary, before it can do it instantly at the same time, it kind of like shocks you a little bit, because on the other side it says, I wonder what about me makes me so incredibly extraordinary. So now your brain's thinking, I am extraordinary. So now I have to come up with reasons why I am extraordinary. So the way it's phrased, your brain is a computer. So it automatically, says like, it's
That is fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to have some links in the show notes, but for people who are listening right now, can you tell us a little bit more about your services and your books and how you prefer people to reach out to you?
Well, actually, in the corner of my book, if you see it, or I can just give you the link if you like, extraordinaryyou.com/free gift. You could have the free gifts I was talking to you about. And one of them is, one of them is like a hypnosis, which is hypnosis meditation, and it just takes you back. And what you do is you visualize the life that you, not the life, the extraordinary life you want. Visualize it. And it's like you wake up thinking, that is my life. So, and then you listen to the affirmations, they're called, submissive portals, and you listen to them. And it's like between the delta music and the alpha music and the binaural beats and the affirmation, deepening statements, you're like, whoa. So anyway, if you want to find me, it's selflovediva.com. And if you want those free gifts, you could get a taste of and get addicted like I am. It's extraordinaryyou.com/free gift. Or you can also find them in Self-Love. I think there's a pop-up, Self-Love Diva. But anyway, selflovediva.com and extraordinaryyou.com/free gift. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I like it.
Honestly, you get a high. I go to my dentist and they're like, I'm listening to Extraordinary You. And then they show me that they have that little earbud thing and they listen to it. And I'm like, cause that their work, so they put it in the ear. So yeah, so they have it going on. Yeah.
So I think you're going to have a good answer to this. This is our final question we ask everyone. What is one tip that you would give people to inspire them today, to get them motivated on whatever journey it is that they are on?
Are you kidding? Stilettos or take off your stilettos, start running toward your self-discovery journey. I promise you, everything will shift when you fall in love with yourself, because we're all vibration. And when we raise our energy, everything changes. We go from a 3D world to a 5D world, a world where we wake up in power. We wake up feeling extraordinary, and we keep attracting that into ourselves between the law of attraction, the law of vibration, which is the mother of the law of attraction, and between the law of assumption. I mean, you can't help but create that extraordinary life that you love. It's impossible not to. It just becomes who you are. So it's about, the most important thing is, it's your superpower. Self-love is your superpower. And just waking up, being in this state of, like I said, God, gratitude, omnipresent, the energy's everywhere. We're all made up of energy. And if we could just see the divinity in everyone and in ourselves, how beautiful we are, how spiritually amazing we are, the beings that we are and the things that we could create. We only barely tap into a little bit of what we are. But when we start falling in love with ourselves and deepening that level of relationship with ourselves, everything changes. The love that you feel for yourself radiates out everywhere, and you start attracting people, situations, opportunities, things that they like, where did this come from? Synchronicities, everything into you. And it's all because of the way you're vibrating, and you're helping the world become a better place. So the self-discovery, I'm saying, just take the first step, or even better, just start running toward that self-discovery. Really drop into your heart. And they say the longest journey is a journey between your heart and your brain, which is 18 inches. That is the most beautiful, loving relationship journey you could ever take, to your heart and your mind. And that's what I love doing, because it's about your heart. It's about self-love, loving yourself with the audios, and then the mind, you're tapping in and tuning in, and it's just synchronicity and cohesiveness. And it's just go do it. You only live once. You only live once. Let's do this. Let's make this world beautiful. Let's love ourselves. You know why? We're worth it. We really are. We're so deserving. We are more than good enough. So yeah, as you can see, I'm so passionate about it.
I feel like just hearing your voice is making me very, very happy. And I feel like if people are around you in person, you probably put off a lot of very, very positive energy. You're very, very happy person.
And you know what, Nate? And thank you. I take that and I receive it, and I'm sending you tons of feedback. And this is who we could all be if we just allow ourselves, open ourselves up to the energy between us and within us. It's just It's amazing. It's so empowering. Can you imagine just waking up feeling blessed and imagining what an amazing day we're going to have? Like I literally, this is like, thank God there's a wall right next to my bed. Otherwise I'd be like face plant because I jump out of bed. I jump out of bed sometimes I literally go up against the wall because I'm like, because that's another thing. What I would do is also before going to bed, I program my mind and my way I'm going to wake up. So before I go, I don't know if you know this. We have every day approximately 500 plus million new cells a day. So instead of having all those little creatures running around, those little cells like, how about we program them to be happy? And like what I do is I program my before going to bed, whoever you pray, talk to, whatever you do. And I program my body that tomorrow I am going to wake up feeling so extraordinary, excited about life, just in wonderment what an amazing day it's going to be. And guess what? All those cells, they're all going to go in my body and they intuitively know exactly where it needs to go to rejuvenate me, recharge me, refuel me to feel amazing. And a little bit vain, but anti-aging, so I can look more useful and be more useful. So I say things that way. I literally wake up. You're telling your mind right before you go to sleep something like this, and that's what the audios do. Well, not about anti-aging, but about being extraordinary and full of energy. And you wake up feeling. Can you imagine your life going like this? That's what I want for everybody to go into like the 5D and really experience that joy that we can really have. You know. So yeah, thank you, Marianne. I love that. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Jacqueline.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. It's a blessing, and I'm sending you and Disa and the whole audience tons of blessings for an extraordinary life.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. This was a pleasure. It was really great.
Thank you for listening. She Can and She Will is a Country Mompreneur production. Audio mix by Marianne. Research by Disa McAllister. To learn more about this and other Country Mompreneur productions, visit thecountrymompreneur.com.